Hey guys, since I'm not able to be with you today, I wanted to record your lesson and allow you guys some time to work. So our sub today is going to be playing this video for you, and at occasional moments I will ask them to pause the video and move on to something else. So please follow along. You can get to our assignment by going to Google Classroom, and you can open up any of the items that are going to be posted here under the stream. You can also scroll down and see our packet from previously. Remember, you're going to want to open your copy of the packet that you have saved and been working in all along. That way you have your information saved. If it's your first time opening the packet, which is due on Monday and Tuesday for A and B Day classes, then you're going to want to make sure you make a copy. Click here under File, Make a Copy, so you have your own version. Please note that when you turn your packet in, what I'm going to be looking for is that you have completed the activities that we did on a day-to-day basis. So if you joined class late and you're missing some of this stuff, go back and fill these in. We watched these videos, we filled in student response. We had a couple days to work on this activity, Apparel Historian. That should be turned in as well. We did our Industrial Revolution Day. We included some information from our notes and our videos that day. Remember, I don't plan on taking up any of your notes unless I need to, in which case I will tell you, but the notes do help you on the test. So make sure you've gone through and filled those in and save a copy to your folder. This day we read the article about the sewing machine war and we did a response. There's our notes, and Levi Strauss PowerPoint. And then you started working on your Genes of the Future, which was already due. Remember, our late work policy is in effect. If you turn it in within a class period of it being due, then it's only 10 points off. If you turn it in within a week of it being due, it is 30 points off. And anytime after that, it is half credit. So if you haven't turned this in yet on Google Classroom, make sure that you turn that in because it is due. It was due on Wednesday at midnight. This is the last thing we covered. Our last class, we looked at a video about Coco Chanel and we described some of her designs that are still influential today. And we did our notes here. All right, so on to today's lesson. Today's lesson is about fast fashion, the 21st century, and how the internet has impacted fashion. Because I cannot show you the video as I record my screen because you won't be able to hear it, I would like for you to take a moment and watch this video as a class on fast fashion and then record your own words what fast fashion means in today's world and tell what fast fashion actually is. And then I'm going to be going through the PowerPoint with you today, and you can take your own notes separately. Remember to make a copy of the notes for yourself. They look like this, and they're only about a half a page long. All right, here we go. The 21st century spans from the year 2001 to current day, and the 21st century has seen a lot of changes as it relates to fashion. Fast fashion is a fairly new term. It's used by retailers to express designs that move from the fashion runway or catwalk very quickly into stores for you and I to purchase. This is done for the extreme purpose of being able to capture fashion trends that are in style very quickly, but also cheaply. Fast fashion clothing collections are really based on what happens at Fashion Week in the spring and the fall of each year. And those trends are very quickly manufactured, and they're manufactured cheaply in horrible working conditions at a really low price in order to get the clothes to us. The outcome is that people are being taken advantage of who live in these countries. It's polluting their water and air and land, and then in America ourselves, we are experiencing a huge influx of waste based on synthetic fibers, fabrics, and clothing in general. Here's an example of fast fashion when polka dots were seen at Paris Fashion Week in spring of 2017. One of the biggest fast fashion retailers, Zara, had them in the store 4 weeks later. Zara, in addition to Topshop and Peacocks, are all popular retailers over in Europe. We have H&M, which is very similar. It became really popular back in the early 2000s when a lot of celebrities were wearing this boho chic look, and Zara and H&M and Peacocks and Topshop were able to copy that very quickly. It actually became a huge news story when one of the fast fashion retailers' buildings collapsed in Bangladesh. 9 floors fell. They kind of pancaked one on top of the other, crushing the workers as they fell. Because of this situation, the video itself shows some of the horror of what occurred, but this became obviously it was a news story, and people around the world were horrified at the working conditions that these people were being put through in order to produce polka-dotted dresses for us to wear. Rightfully so, fast fashion has its incredibly dark side, and a lot of that has been pushed by the internet in general. So the definition of the internet is an electronic communications network that connects computer networks and organizational computer facilities around the world. In short, it means that fashion is now global. It's changed not only how we buy clothing, but how clothing is marketed to us. The internet has truly made fashion a global commodity. For example, the internet's always open. If I wanted to go on Instagram at 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm looking at, the hashtag Ugg boots, I'm going to start getting ads for Ugg boots. You can buy anything at any time on any website from the internet as long as you're willing to pay shipping. And it can be kind of pricey to get it from other countries, but it has actually made fashion cheaper in general. Social media websites and applications like Pinterest or Instagram or YouTube or Facebook have created an awareness in users to share content that's relevant to them, to socially network, and it allows us to kind of see into the homes of celebrities. And you can click on a picture on Instagram and use an app called Like to Know It, and it'll tell you what lipstick color that person's wearing, or what paint color's on their wall, or where their shirt came from. It allows an average consumer, a regular person like you and I, to interact with fashion designers in a whole new way. Fashion brands are using social media to advertise and market their products to their target consumers, which are you and me. Have you ever noticed if you search for something online very soon after, you are getting targeted ads for that item? I purchased baby books for my friend's first baby the other day. And now every time I get on Amazon, it's saying, maybe you would like this. And it's sending me baby items. I don't have a baby and I'm not pregnant, but because of the internet's influence, they know everything about me. You have to be very cautious about what you put out there because they know. Vlogs are a video blog, so people who run YouTube channels, for example, or they may have a personal website, or they may use Instagram and they go live, or use Reels, or TikTok, for example, allows people to vlog their experiences and share those with others. A blog is an old school way of sharing information. A lot of people are using Instagram now instead of blogging, but a blog might have a regularly updated list of topics that they discuss. A fashion influencer is a personality that has a large number of followers on social media. They usually create fashion-related content that has the power to influence others, and they also get a lot of products for free. So don't tell anyone this, but one of my friends worked for a very popular blogger or fashion influencer in the Raleigh market. And she told me, even though she signed a non-disclosure and she wasn't supposed to tell anyone, that this girl got paid $900 to wear a certain brand of lipstick in one of her Instagram posts and to rep that lipstick brand in the description without having to disclose that it was an ad, because they gave her the lipstick for free, and then they paid her the $900 in credit to a store. And so a lot of what we're seeing promoted online is being paid for. It's just not the same as watching a commercial because you don't realize that you're being advertised to. A brand ambassador is a person who's hired by an organization or company to represent a brand in a positive light, and by doing so, they help increase brand awareness and sales. I have a lot of personal experience with this because when I was in college, I was a marketing and communications major, and I worked as a brand ambassador for a really long time. The company that I worked for was called GMR, and GMR's lead client was Philip Morris, a cigarette company. Now, I personally don't smoke, and I do not encourage anyone to smoke, but my job as a brand ambassador was to go out and collect information about people who chose to smoke. And if I was involved in, repping a brand, as a brand ambassador, I was always supposed to be put together. I was supposed to look really nice. I was supposed to be super friendly, and I was supposed to be able to talk to anyone. And I could, and that's why I was very successful. I spent an entire summer living in a 5-star hotel in downtown Indianapolis, all because I was there to listen to what consumers had to say about tobacco products. One of the latest trends in the 21st century is to create fashion that is more sustainable, that doesn't kill the environment. Because people are willing to pay more money for products and services that come from companies that are committed to a positive impact, a positive environmental impact, a positive social impact, people are willing to pay more money if they can say, look, this shirt was sewn by someone who is paid a living wage, who isn't kept in a 9-story factory that at any moment could collapse, or this t-shirt was dyed with a sustainable dye that's not going to pollute the rivers of the country that it's being produced in. So just a little bit of information, 68 pounds, the average amount of clothing that the average American will toss out this year. 700 gallons, the amount of water that it takes to produce a single cotton t-shirt, from washing the fibers to dyeing the fibers and rinsing them out. It's crazy, 700 gallons. 2.6, the percentage of global water that's used for growing cotton. 99% of clothing that is recyclable, and 4%, the percentage of global landfills that are filled with clothing and textiles. 4% of everything that we throw out is clothing or textile related. There's a really great documentary that you should check out if you have Netflix or Hulu. It's called The True Cost. It's a wonderful documentary about what it is that we're actually doing to the world, what it is that workers are going through that are working and producing these garments for us. It's really great. I hope that you'll take a moment to check it out. You have the rest of the period to work on finishing up this note outline for today's notes. You can watch the 6-minute video about fast fashion and fill in your own words what it means in today's world. You can finish your packet and submit that on Google Classroom, or you can work on any of the other work that maybe you haven't turned in thus far, such as the student identity slide, Genes of the Future. So before you leave class today, or at least by midnight on Monday, I need you to submit your apparel historian and your fashion history packet. And I have posted a video on your Google Stream that explains how to do both of those things. So please let me know if you have any questions, and I will be glad to help you. You are welcome to email me at any time.